So hi, hey, I know I look crazy, but welcome to being a mom. So I thought that I would show you guys what I'm doing today for Luca. So he's down for his first nap, which sometimes, like I've said before, is 30 minutes, sometimes it's an hour, I never know, and somehow 20 minutes already got away from me. So I maybe only have about 10 minutes left. But I'm gonna start to prepare this like recipe that I found on Instagram. So he's eating solids now, and I'm trying to like make him yummy things to eat. So I found a recipe online for zucchini, sweet potato, and carrot, like, I don't want to say chicken nuggets because there's no chicken, but like tater tots, maybe. So I like to like batch make things for him, so then for a few days I don't have to cook for him. I can just either pull from the fridge, or I saw that you can easily I'm gonna start stuffing this while I'm talking to you guys. You can easily freeze these too, and then they're good to defrost and have later down the road. So we're going to be going on a trip here soon, and I was looking at our food options, and there's not a lot of food options for him. Most of the time I make his stuff, but if we go out to eat, sometimes if they have like one ingredient sides, like corn on the cob, mashed potatoes, stuff like that, then I'll get those for him. But like I said, the place that we are going to stay here soon has an Applebee's, and Applebee's doesn't have a lot of sides. Chili's has a lot of good sides for babies, or for Luca at least. I don't know about babies in general, but I'll get him the corn on the cob. He loves that. I'll also get him the mashed potatoes, and he likes those too. So we're only gonna be staying there for 2 nights. So we're gonna have a microwave in the room. So I figured that I could bring some of this like pre-made stuff, and then he would be good. But this is also my first time trying this recipe, so who knows how it's gonna go. I figured you guys liked my cooking vlogs a long time ago, so let's try to get back into it. So I've got my sweet potato. I've got my oven set at 425. I'm gonna roast this for 45 to 50 minutes till it is cooked and like mushable, and then we're going to mush that. Also, welcome to my tiny ass kitchen that I have right now. It's a nightmare. I hate it. It's literally, I can show you guys in a second. It's literally so damn small, and there's no counter space. I'll also show you that. So I have my stove here, which I just have one side of burners because, like I said, no counter space. I don't have a pantry in this house, so all of my food are in cabinets. And I've also ran out of room in cabinets. So also next to the stove is just food. That's like grab and go food, like Cheerios, bread, stuff like that. Up here I've got like dry foods. I've got my toaster and my coffee maker, my baby Breeza, which I don't use so much anymore to sterilize stuff for him. I use it more as a drying rack for his stuff. I've got this little tiny sliver of counter space right here, and then I've got a little counter space right over there because we have our like dish drying rack, our knife block, and then some baby stuff over there. So I do not have ample counter space like I will have in the new house. I'm so excited to move. But anyhow, I'm gonna get the sweet potato going, and then I also need to steam carrots, and I need to steam zucchini. My issue is I don't have a steamer basket, which I guess I should invest in. I have a rice cooker that has a steamer basket in it, but hold on. The rice cooker steamer basket, very small, so I can only steam like one thing at a time. But I'm also going to go ahead and steam up all the carrots that I have because I'm gonna pre-make some other stuff too that I think I should be able to freeze the sauce and then defrost the sauce as I go, but I'm gonna need to Google that. I saw another recipe for, it's basically just carrots and cream cheese. you food process those together and it makes like a sauce, and then you can put it on noodles. So Luca has been enjoying like eating noodles and stuff like that, so I figured that would be another good little food. He's getting his pincher grasp, which is exciting. So we've been working on like Cheerios, Puffs, and smaller pieces of food now that he's 9 months. I'm a little shook he's still sleeping, so he must be very tired, which is good for me, but also hopefully all of this beeping will not wake him up, because this thing beeps to high heaven when it's done, but it also takes freaking forever. So I'm going to get the sweet potato in the oven here in a second, and then prepare my zucchini and my carrots to be steamed. Even though the steamer basket is small, it does fit like one whole bag of carrots. Turn this on. I need to look up how long carrots need to steam for. Okay, Google says 5 minutes. I'm gonna do 7 minutes. My oven preheated, so I'm gonna put in my sweet potato. You can hear as my sweet potato slides into the oven. So I'm gonna cook that at 425 for 50 minutes. So like I mentioned previously, Kevin is mainly keto. Every once in a while he lets himself have something, but that's not keto. But I'd say he's pretty much like 90% keto, and he's been that way for a little while. He doesn't like, he's like a loose keto. He does eat a lot of meats, he eats lots of vegetables, and he just stays away from pastas and bread. A lot of my cooking and stuff is gonna be more, I wouldn't even say on the healthier side, but it's definitely going to be different than what we would cook before on my other channel that I had. Update, after 5 minutes my carrots are still hard, so I just put them in for another like 8 minutes, and then we'll check on them. They were still rock hard, so cute. Our carrots should be done. That means I can go ahead and prep the zucchini. Those look much better. Can easily pierce them with a fork, so I think they're good. Dump. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab my zucchini. Okay, so zucchini is chopped and now in the basket. It also says you steam zucchini for 5 minutes. It's just everything a 5-minute steam. I feel like that's a lie, but maybe because it's been preheated, like the water's already hot, it'll work. I'm gonna do 7, just to be on the safer side. So I didn't realize that I didn't follow the recipe. I saw that you needed carrots, zucchini, and sweet potato, but it was only half a zucchini and like a handful of carrots. So I know I'm gonna freeze some of this for our trip. It's like a lot of very basic ingredients. The only thing that is an ingredient that he hasn't had is going to be the breadcrumbs that I add to it. But I've went ahead and I cleared this little area so I can go ahead and get stuff ready to make the tots once my sweet potato comes out, which will be in 11 minutes. He should be waking up here in a minute. He's starting to stir, and I'm gonna grab him, probably bring him in here in his high chair. Before these cool down too much, I re-looked at the recipe and you're not supposed to food process them, you're just supposed to mash them. So before they cool down too much on the stove over there, I'm gonna mash them really quick with this. It says to do it with a fork, but I think this will be fine. All right, update to the update. I mashed them, but I'm still not happy with the consistency of them. So I am gonna pop them in my food processor and then just pop it on chop instead of puree. And then that way I know that it's a good consistency and it's not too chunky. And Luca just woke up, so let's go grab him. Hi, dude. How's that nap? Let's get you out of your sleep suit. Up, up, up. You. You say hi. All right, kiddo. Luca has joined us now, and our sweet potato's done. So I'm gonna pull that out of the oven. Here's the sweet potato, all roasty, toasty, and done. So I'm gonna drop the temperature in my oven down to 350 because that's what I need for the Veggie Tots to cook them. So now chop. I'm going to chop, I'm gonna put this in the sink. These carrots the rest of the way. Luca's not like a huge fan of the food processor, but I found out that if when you use it, when you get done using it, you kind of like cheer for him for being a big boy and accepting it, like letting it happen. He likes that. So here we go. All right, I'm thinking, oh yeah, that's way more. Yay, Luca! Yay! That's way more of the consistency that I'm looking for. It's more of like a, more of what I need. All right, so the next thing that we're going to chop is our zucchini. Let's check. Perfect. Yay, Luca! Now, because I'm like accidentally not following this recipe, is that so funny? Because I'm not following the recipe that I found online to a T, I'm not sure how much breadcrumbs I'm gonna need, so we're going to measure with my heart. I need to peel and chop this bad boy. All right, so our sweet potato is done. So I'm popping it in here and we're going to chop it up. I'm thinking the sweet potato probably also acts like a little bit of a binder because it's more sticky versus like the carrots and the zucchini. Yeah. Yay, Luca. All right, perfect. Okay, so now all of this is chopped. Oh, I should have pureed. It's fine, it's fine. I can do the sauce in a minute. All right, so now I need to relook at the recipe again. Okay, so the recipe says a little bit of mozzarella, a little bit of breadcrumbs. I should have gotten regular breadcrumbs, but I wasn't thinking. I think the Italian breadcrumbs are gonna be fine. You know, everything in moderation is what I say. For Luca is what I mean. All right, this is a lot. So we're gonna go ahead, and mix all of this together. The zucchini is adding a little bit of like wetness to it. But we're looking like the consistency that I saw in the video. So that's good. Now we're gonna add our cheese. Yeah. Sprinkle it in. Let's work that in. Now we're going to add our breadcrumbs. And again, we're measuring with our hearts here. We just want a consistency that's not too sticky, I believe. But we also don't want to use a whole hell of a lot of breadcrumbs because these breadcrumbs are a little bit higher in sodium, which you kind of try to stay away with babies. So, I think maybe like one more little shake of breadcrumbs and then that'll be good. And that's probably about double of what I saw in the video that I saw of how to make these. And I say that her mixture was about half of this. I think this is perfect. And let's roll some tots. Okay, so here are the tots all rolled out into little tot forms. Now we're gonna pop these in at 350 for 20 to 25 minutes. So with this, I'm gonna, I think chop it first, and then when I add the cream cheese, then switch it over to puree. So, no, Let me turn this on. All right, so it's chopped. Would you like more? More. And let me look at the recipe really quick to see how much cream cheese it's calling for. So the recipe called for 2 small carrots and then 2 tablespoons of cream cheese. It also said that I could add like more cheese to it. What's our feeder, or cat feeder? So I'm gonna start with 2 heaping tablespoons of cream cheese and see where that puts me for consistency. So maybe I shouldn't have chopped it first. Maybe I should have just pureed it all together, because it's definitely not liquefying the carrot. And now I'm not sure more. Now I'm not sure what to do to liquefy the carrot. I definitely need to scrape the sides down. Yeah, mine's looking nothing like her video, which is slightly concerning me, because now I'm like, what do I do with this? I basically have made like a carrot dip. I'm like, what happens if I just keep pureeing it? I'm also like wondering, should I have done this while the carrots were still super hot? Which the answer is probably, huh? Yeah. Because we're just making like a carrot paste. Now, this could most definitely still probably go on pasta, but it's gonna be more of a thicker consistency than that like soup that I saw in the video. She basically made like a carrot cream cheese soup and then tossed it with pasta. I'm kind of thinking like this is just what we're gonna get. This, as I keep going, isn't a horrible consistency, just not what I saw. But I think this is good. Now I need to put that in something. So when I first had Luca, I decided that I was gonna make all of his purees and stuff. So I bought these off of Amazon. I can link them in the description. But they're like nice, rigid but flexible like ice cube trays, but I think they're actually for making baby purees. I think 2 comes in a pack, and it was more than enough when I would make him purees. But I think what I'm gonna do is put some of this like sauce in these so I can freeze them and then pop them out into cubes, and then whenever I want to make him this for lunch, I can just pop out a cube, defrost it, and make him some fresh pasta, toss it. So that is my plan. I got about 9 cubes out of what I made, and I'm gonna pop the lid on this and then pop this in our freezer until tomorrow, and then tomorrow I'll pop them out and put them in a baggie. But I did leave some out because I'm going to make him a little bit of pasta right now. Keeping him alive with the pups currently. But I'm gonna make him a little bit of pasta right now, and then we're gonna try it out and see what he thinks. Okay, so I just checked on, 20 minutes passed, and I just checked on the tots, and they don't seem to be like holding together very well. So I just took a fork and I made them a little flatter. But now they're more in the shape of like a chicken nugget versus like a round tot. And I'm gonna see if that, I added an extra 5 minutes to it. I'm gonna see if that helps them. I feel like I probably didn't add enough breadcrumbs. So unsure how the consistency is gonna be. They may not be dry enough. So we'll see. But I am gonna make him some pasta really quick. So I just use Publix rigatoni, and then we can toss it in his sauce and see how he likes it. Okay, so I smushed them a little bit, added an extra 5 minutes, and I just tried to like lift one up off of the tinfoil with a fork, because I thought maybe I could like flip it and cook it on the other side, and it stuck to the tinfoil. So she definitely didn't warn you about that, but it is most definitely still very squishy. So I'm like, did I ruin these? If I let them like cool, will they bind more? Okay, well, I'm not sure. Let me see if it was just this one that stuck. So I tried to flip this one and it stuck. Oh no, they're all stuck. See how like squishy they still are? How do I salvage these? I know I didn't use enough breadcrumbs. I think if I would have upped the breadcrumbs, these would have binded together better, but I'm almost also wondering if I should have used an egg to bind it. I'm just thinking like, what could I do with these now? I mean, he could still have them. They're cooked. They're just not like hard as a tot. A little disappointing. Not literally both of the recipes that I tried to show you guys today were a fail. They're edible, but they did not turn out how the recipes showed. So that's annoying. This little dude's just over here happy, eating his puffs, swinging his little happy feet. Huh. I swear to God, I'm normally like really good at cooking, so it's a little embarrassing. The fork that I used to flip it, I just ate it off of it. That was incredibly yummy. Like, to me, it almost tastes like it could be a pasta sauce. It's very delicious. All right, his pasta just got done, and I just added it to the sauce that I made, and I'm just kind of letting the heat of the pasta like heat up the sauce again. Got to get the camera on your height. All right, here you go. Let's take your toy down. What do you think? You're sucking all the sauce off of it. Are you more interested in the camera in my pop socket? So I do feel like you like it. But you're not super picky when it comes to food. You are a foodie baby. What do you think? Is it good? I think it's Luca approved. So this is what these are looking like after I flipped them. Still mushy, but the taste, 10 out of 10. I'm really digging the taste of these. So I probably will make them again in the future, and I'll just up the breadcrumbs. I won't be as scared to use as many breadcrumbs, and then I'll just not give him as many to keep the sodium intake low for him. But the flavor, delicious. Consistency, not right. So I put my tots in a container for the time being. They semi-held together, but they're not great. I'm gonna pop them in the fridge and think about what I want to do with them. So I heated up, I just like took the coldness off of these in the microwave, and Luca really freaking likes them. They're quite messy because they're very soft, but he's enjoying them. Is it good? Yeah. You looking for the key? She went back behind you, I think. As for how Kevin and I are gonna eat them, I'm still unsure yet. I may just leave these up to Luca and end up freezing the rest of them and bringing them on our little trip coming up and just leave it at that. I also thought about like the possibility of like, I don't know, pan frying them or air frying them to try to harden them up, change the texture of them a little bit. I don't know. I think I'm gonna wrap this up, and we're gonna do bath time here soon and then bedtime, and that's a wrap from us today.